Hello and welcome to Switched On, and this is our first weekly preview show where I've picked 5 of the games that are coming out this week to have a little look at. But first we're going to have a look at a few smaller titles that are also coming out, and first we have Devil Engine from Dangan Entertainment, and this is a side-scrolling shoot 'em up in the vein of R-Type and features music from famed composer Hyakkiroto Tsukumo, who amongst others composed the music used in the classic Sega Thunder Force series. Now this one's a penny under £18 and looks a must for shoot 'em up fans. Next up we have an isometric top-down racer called Blaze Rush, and this is from Targon Games. This is an arcade style racing game, and you can race against 4 players locally or 8 players online in 16 different vehicles, and there's a bunch of weapons at your disposal that you can use to attack other cars with. Now I've actually played this one on the Oculus VR, and to be honest wasn't a massive fan, but if these sort of racing games float your boat then fill your boots, and this one is $10.79 on the UK eShop. Final quick look for today is Hellwalders from P-Cube Games, and this is described as an action RPG meets tower defense game. If you imagine a zoomed in Diablo 3 you'll kind of get the picture. And this one's got 4-player online co-op and is the second game releasing this week that mashes tower defense with another genre. This one's £10.99, and for that price it looks like it could be worth a punt. So anyway, let's get on to my top 5 picks for this week, and first up is Cube 2, which is a first-person puzzle game from Trapped Nerve Games, originally released on Steam in March 2018.
I don't understand.
This takes inspiration from the classic Portal series, and also a game called Talos, if you remember that one. Now you'll be using physics-based puzzles to clear a series of rooms. There's a story mode in this game and features some 80 puzzles and some decent looking graphics environmentally here. And this one's got a 76 Metacritic score and a very positive rating on Steam. So if you like your puzzle games, fancy something a bit like Portal on the Switch, then check this one out. It's a shade under £23 and will be out on Thursday the 21st. Now next up is a game I really fancy taking a deeper look at myself at some point, and that's Aragami. And that's out on Thursday as well from Merge Games. There have been a lot of reviews coming out for this one over the last week, and generally it's been well received, if not flawless technically. It was originally released way back in 2016 on Steam, and this port is being dubbed the Shadow Edition on Switch, as it includes all the DLC released today, including a new story campaign called Nightfall. This looks like the classic PlayStation game Tenchu, and you play as a spirit assassin summoned by a girl who is being held prisoner. You have to use your mystical powers to leap from shadow to shadow and stealthily take down enemies before they know what's hit them, as you uncover the secrets of this story. Now, Aragami also features online co-op and even supports cross-play with PC and Xbox. So for $22.49 you're getting quite the package, and hopefully if I can find time to squeeze it in, I'll be picking this up this week and be having a little play around with it. Third title I've got my beady eye on this week is X-Morph Defense, and this is a tower defense mashup like Hellwalders, but this time the recipe is a tower defense and a little pinch of top-down shooter action. X-Morph is from the guys over at Exor Studio, who are very kind to provide me with a review copy of this game for this week, and I'll be revealing all once the release date hits, which is on the 21st, which is Thursday. And this game sees you taking the side of the bad guys for a change, which is a nice wrinkle, and you control the alien race trying to harvest the Earth's resources for your own nefarious means. Fight off the military forces out to foil your plans using a variety of upgradable towers, or use your alien craft to gun them down. You can even destroy buildings and bridges to block the paths of incoming tanks, jeeps and the general army hardware. And this building deformation all happens using real-time physics and looks really cool actually. This one features a campaign mode and an endless survival mode, and there's also a variety of DLC available from launch as well, so you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. And talking of which, you want to get in quick to snag 20% off the usual launch price, which is $17.99, so that's the price it will go up to once it's launched on Thursday. Now next up is Trine 2. This is a fantastic looking side-scrolling puzzle platformer from the amazing Frozen Byte software team, and it's the second in a trilogy of Trine games due on the Switch. and due for release later today actually. So originally released way back in 2011, this has been ported to practically every system going since then, even the Nvidia Shield, which was an underrated game streaming system. And you can play through 20 levels of the fairy tale world here as one of 3 characters in either local or online co-op, as you take on witches, goblins, dragons and evil queens using your magic powers to solve elemental and physics based puzzles. And hand-drawn graphics in Trine still look absolutely stunning today and they really hold up well. It's the sort of game that you could pause the action at any point, screen grab something and it would make an amazing bit of artwork to hang on your wall. That's how good it looks. And the only way I couldn't recommend this one is if you're waiting for the physical release of the trilogy, which Frozen Byte have confirmed for sometime this spring. But if you're happy to jump on board right now, then £15.29 is what it's going to set you back, and I doubt you'll be disappointed. Also, while you're at it, don't forget the first game is obviously available on the eShop as well, so have a search for that. So that brings us to the final pick of the week, and probably the pick of the week, and that's Steins Gate Elite from Koch Media, and this one's out on Tuesday the 19th, and it's priced at an eye-watering £54 or just under. Now Steins Gate is quite the phenomenon, spawning a manga, anime, written novels, films, a play and even a board game. And this new Elite version is a remake of the 2009 original visual novel, and a standout feature of this version is that the cutscenes are now lifted from the Steins Gate anime rather than the usual static backgrounds in visual novels and the original game. Now this is a time-travelling science fiction fantasy set in Tokyo, which is a bit of a standard location for these visual novel games, so it's a bit of a cliche, but it sees the players making decisions at certain points to help push the story forward. And you've got like an in-game telephone system to make those decisions. You get text messages and calls coming in, and what you do with those messages and calls kind of dictates which direction the story goes. But for the most part, if you played a visual novel game like this before, then you know what to expect. You're basically reading the story that's being played out on the screen. Now, of all visual novel games, of which there are many fans, Steins Gate is usually regarded as one of the very best, and that's why I've really had to pick it as my top pick of the week, really. Now, how much mileage you'll get out of it depends whether you like this style of storytelling in your games, and also that high price. Now, although there are branching paths in the story that do lead to alternate story beats and different endings, I'm not sure how much replay value there is here for that price, but like I say, it's a beloved and popular series on other systems, especially the Vita, so there's definitely a market for these Asian visual novels on handheld devices. Now personally, I prefer the Danganronpa and the non-Origami series due to their emphasis on gameplay a little more, and they're pretty dark in their themes as well. But like Steins Gate, they're also developed by Spike Chunsoft, so it's not out of the question we'll eventually get all 3 of these sort of series on the Switch anyway, so that's something to look forward to in the future. But if you fancy something quite different in style to any other Switch games you've currently got, then you're getting a tried and tested and highly polished bit of interactive fiction here. So that's it for this week. I really hope you liked the video. It's our first weekly preview, and hopefully it's come out okay. Just let me know in the comments if you're planning on picking up anything, and as I mentioned, stay tuned for my review of X-Morph Defense. That's coming sometime on Thursday. And also this week I've got a review of Tetris 99 and a return of the FIFA 19 career mode, which I'm dubbing FIFA Fridays. But until then, I'll say goodbye and catch you next time. See you later.